This is Dr. Vaishali and I'm reading from the book Structure, Experience with the Mineral, book written by Dr. Rajan Sankaran. Today I'm reading column 6 and 7. Understanding of the column 6. And they have to do it, there is no turning back. They have enough confidence and capacity to not come back. The feeling is that the structure is complete and there is no comeback. But now they need to prove themselves in difficult and challenging situation. Here there is a question of how much one can bear the pressure. The structure is being constantly tested and the testing is under relatively difficult circumstances. It is like facing challenges and risk. The degree of inadequacy and uncertainty is much less. Even though they have a fear of failure and lack of confidence, they are compelled to go ahead and take chances and risk. There is a need in them to prove to others and to themselves that they are capable to do something. For example, during the time of freedom movement in India, there was a young freedom fighter called Bhagat Singh. And when Chandrasekhar Azad, his colleague, asked him to prove himself, Bhagat Singh put his hand over the fire to prove it that he is a great. He is a freedom fighter. Another example of illustrate this is a scene from the movie Recondo School. Based on the American war in Vietnam, where a small group of people had to be sent into the enemy's territory to get information. For this, they trained the group and had to undergo different tough tests to prove their capacity, like swimming against the tide. If they were even a little bit off, they were disqualified. In the end, they have a final test where they were actually dropped into the enemy's camp but under supervision. And keywords for column 6 are challenges, prove myself, daring, run and risk, show them, take a risk and take a chance. And the comparison of the column 5, 6 and 7, which is mentioned in this table. Expression of individual element of the column 6, like chromium, row 4 issues and issue of security task and the work. They have to prove themselves and it is challenged to protect themselves and others. There is a risk in it, but they still go ahead and do it. And molybdenum, row 5, issue of facing the new creativity and the performance. They have to prove themselves and it is challenged to go into something new, perform or create. There is a risk in it, but they still go ahead and do it. Now tungsten, row 6 issue, so issue of responsibility. They have to prove themselves and it is a challenge to be independent, take decision, be responsible and have a power. There is a risk in it, but they still go ahead and do it. From Dr. Divya Chhabra's proving of tungsten, there were many images of the ex-commissioner of municipal corporation, Mr. Khernar, who was also called the demolishing man. All the work that he undertook was full of challenges and the risk. Now, next is column 7, where there is manganum, technetium and rhenium. Understanding of the column 7, the structure is adequate in normal condition, but it needs supports in the tough conditions. One does have the capacity but doubt about the adequacy of the structure in difficult condition. One doesn't need to prove oneself anymore. There is a need to refine, improve, reinforce, bolster and fine-tuning. Here there is a definite form and complete structure which is tested and capable of fulfilling its functions and can stand independently, but still does not function to 100% of its capacity. The feeling is my structure adequate in difficult situations, or how much more can I do? A lot of improvement is still needed to make a function better, for which support is needed from outside. They also like getting feedback, suggestion and constructive criticism, as it gives them a scope to improve further. They look forward to any prospect of growing, moving ahead in life, or to excelling. They are on the lookout for the opportunity of the lifetime. This is a stage where they have proved themselves and now have to add more to their structure to make it more solid and firm and bring it to the more optimal level. There are no risks and challenges here. Now, keywords of column 7 are reinforcement, bolstering, fortify, refining, perfecting, improving, enhancing, polished, sharpen up. How far one can grow, how much more one can do, upgrading, feedbacks, test my skill, teamwork, cooperation, etc. Now comparison with the column 6 and 8. Here is the table. And comparison with the column 10, although in column 7 the level of confidence is good, it is observed that the confidence grows even more as one moves towards the center column. Moreover, in column 10, one now approach closer towards the succeed too. Now expression of individual element of the column 7, Manganum, row 3 issue of the security task and the work. I know I can defend myself, but how much opposition can I bear? How much can I protect myself in difficult conditions or situations? They need support but resent domination. Now second is technetium, where it has a issue of row 5, facing the new creativity and the performance. Where I know I can create things, but the question is how much more can I do? How far can I grow? In this stage, they are beyond the stage of proving. It is now time for them to put their skill to test. For this very reason, compliment, constructive criticism and feedback from others are more welcome, as they can learn from them and thus improve and refine. Cooperative learning, cooperation and the togetherness are also very important for them. Now, rhenium, where row 6 is of the responsibility. I know I can take responsibility, but the question is how much more responsibility I can take. Now, next is column 8, ferrum, ruthenium and osmium. Understanding of the column 8, the structure is complete and it is proved. There is no longer challenges and they have to do it on their own and they feel they can. But the structure has to resist high pressure. Needed are toughness and endurance. The element of column 8 are toughest in the periodic table and they have some of the highest density of their rows. At the stage, the structure is complete, proven and tested. It can stand by itself and resist any opposition. They are faced with a lot of opposition and pressure from outside, so they need to perceive and resist the force or antagonism. They need to exert that force against the pressure. They are very hard and persistent. These qualities are personified by the Indian cricketer Rahul Dravid. He is called the wall because he is very persistent with his game and stand like a wall, absolutely unyielding and steady under all the pressure. The elements in this column are also good conductor and cannot be bent or molded. Ruthenium is especially very hard, brittle and inflexible. This column is easier to understand because ferrum is a part of it. The understanding of the remedy ferrum mat is you are opposed and forced to do things you do not want to do. But you need to be firm and fight against it. You have to defend yourself and preserve persevere in what you are doing. Also, what is commonly observed in these patients is the gesture of tight closed fist, which indicate their will to endure and to last. Gesture of tight closed fist, which indicate their will to endure to last. The keywords are force, pressurize, under pressure, heavy pressure, against me, perseverance, resistance, stamina, endurance, determination, strong willpower, strong minded, uh, pertinacity, opposed, enforced, impose, positivity, propelling, toughness, strength, pushing, persistent, concentrations, focus, hard, resilience. And comparison with this column 7, 8 and 9, here are the table. There is one table. Now expression of the individual element of the column 8, ferrum means iron, row 4, issue of the security task and work. I must protect and defend. I have to resist the pressure and opposition, and they feel compelled to do something against their wish and have to fight against it. Now ruthenium is with the issue of facing the new creativity and the performance. There is a perseverance in the going into something new and performing. Now there is no more support unlike technician where teamwork is of importance and they have to do it on their own. There is no need of support. What is needed is toughness and endurance. Next is osmio, which has the issue of the responsibility, row 6. Now perseverance in handling the responsibility is the main theme. Now it's all about column 8, right?